guys. Oh, it's 5:51 a.m. on Thursday, and you might not be able to tell what I'm looking at right here very well, but if I turn it on and go to full screen, you will be able to see it. This was the video that I did kind of, 2 videos ago. And I liked the beginning of it a great deal. I mean, I liked the editing and what have you. I thought it was pretty cool. And all the special effects and all I liked. Now, what I didn't like was, if I go over to the actual playing part of the thing, which is down here a little ways, quite a little ways. This was kind of fucked up as well, but we can go by with that. And then we got into this part with right here with the playing. This wasn't too shabby. This was all right. I could almost live with this part of it, and it was reasonable. And the Seymour Duncans, that should be here any day, maybe even today. But this, let's see. And what is this part? Let's take a listen to this.
They're coming for my flying V. Well, the flying V doesn't know it yet, but it's getting them.
All right, that was reasonable. Is this the play? Is this the playing part? .420 on the timestamp. Now that wasn't terrible, but guys, when you play with somebody else that you haven't played with musically, and you're doing it from a recording, there's no feeling coming from the other person to yourself. So you're stuck listening to what you're listening to. I mean, to the best of, and my right ear is pretty well fucked. So it's only getting a tiny bit, maybe 12% of whatever the fuck the sound actually is. I'm not hearing the whole rest of the shooting match, which is why a lot of my recordings are as lame as they are, because I simply I can't hear this. I can't hear it. So that's the name of that tune. So what's the deal here? I was not happy with the way that video came out. I didn't understand the chord progressions well. It just was a real fucking pisser. It just was no good. I didn't like it. I didn't like the way it came out. I liked the idea of it, but I didn't like the shitty way that I wasn't able to do a good job with it. It deserves so much more. And this part, I absolutely disliked. I didn't like this at all. This lead guitar bullshit. You don't get. Here's the thing. Where am I? Well, let me see if I can get. You'll never see me probably. Well, let me see if I can get me in here. All right. Here I am. I don't know if you can see me or not, but this is the deal. The lead guitar part, I don't even know. I hope I'm in the sumbitch. Let's see. Well, let's hope for the best. It should autofocus to some degree. Bofus? Well, anyway, what I would have liked to have done was I would have liked to listen to Tony play a melody line, and then I put an adjacent melody line that coincides with him. Not some rambling bullshit that just goes, we've all heard it, and if you're a musician, we've all done it. You're not listening. You're listening, but you're not listening. You're hearing, but you're not listening. You're hearing the sound of the other instruments in the band, but you're not listening to them. You're not tracking where the hell we're going with this whole story. You're just off on a rambling bullshit because you have a rough idea what key we're in, so we know that this number of notes probably will go with that. And so we'll just throw as many notes as we can into the stew and wonder why it tastes like shit. How many years have we all done similar shit if you're a musician? Too many. no matter what you build, it can never exceed the strength of your foundation. I never built a good musical foundation. I grabbed the rabbit and ran like a motherfucker. In other words, I learned a handful of notes, notes. I didn't know shit for notes. I grabbed a handful of chords from the few buddies that played back when I was a kid. And I went right out learning songs. I just learned songs by memorizing these chords go bing, 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 and bing. And then it supposedly sounds something like the song. Knew nothing about nothing. Like spelling. I suck at spelling. You know that. But you're very kind in the comments not to say, man, you fucking blow at spelling. I know that. Why don't you get Grammarly? Because I don't want some asshole telling me how to talk. I'm going to talk the way I want to. I'm going to spell the best I can. And you're going to get an uncut version of an honest-to-God, sincere, humble George. You're not going to get a boxed up, colored with fucking crayons bullshit. You're not going to get me covered in fucking makeup because there's a blemish on my cheek. Fuck the blemish. You know, it is what it is. Here's the deal. I would like to take and redo this song, but I want to do it properly. I want to do the whole video properly. That's why I yanked it off. I couldn't take it anymore. I was laying there one night, and I woke up. I said, you got to get that bullshit off of there. This is nonsense. And it didn't do honor to Tony with him being kind enough letting you do the whole project as it was. Get that horse shit off there and make it right. So this is what I endeavor to do. And that's why I took it down. For no other reason than I just didn't know the material well enough. I didn't play it the way I wanted to play it. And I know, and you may know, I have the ability to play better than this. But you can't rush a turkey dinner. I mean, the turkey's been in there 3 minutes and you yank the fucker out. Oh, it's gross as hell. It's been in there 13 minutes, you yank the fucker out. It's gross as hell. It ain't done till it's done. So when you try to do a half-baked operation like I did, and you wonder why it sounds like shit, and you're not going to be happy with it. I want to go back and do it right. So, guys, bear with me. I got 19 views and 0 comments. You know what that tells me? Humble, this fucking blows, but we're just being kind enough not to tell you this sucks. Well, I appreciate it. And I appreciate the way you told me it sucked. I knew it sucked. You knew it sucked. I'm going to do something about that, God willing. I got a busy day ahead of me, so I don't know if it's going to be now, but we're going to get this back up there. So, Tony, I gave you links to it, and it's not your fault that I'm not using them. It's I want to do a better job than that. All right? So, that's the name of that tune. And I don't know what the fuck we're seeing or what we ate, but there's this rack of shit right there. Maybe I can twist this. It might twist. It does. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so there's the deal. Old knucklehead. And we could do better than this. All right? All right.